Hey, excuse me. Hey, and welcome to Wednesday Night Live. I hope you're all doing really well. I just noticed when I bring the camera over to me how red my face is looking sitting under this heater vent as well. I hope you've all had a lovely week, and we've got a few people coming in here. I'll just say a quick hi to those that are here. Hey, Kerry, how you going? Hey, Kerry Ann, how are you, honey? I'm doing okay. A bit tired today, but doing okay. All right. Hey, gorgeous Roz over on YouTube. How you going, hun? And we have the lovely Joanne. Sorry, hun. I'm not too bad, thanks, honey. And Zanel, I think that is from, sorry, honey, if I said that wrong, from South Africa. Hey, hun. And we have my mom here. Hey, mom. You're a bit late getting in. Usually you're first. And Roz is just saying hi to everybody as well. So next we have Rebecca saying, "Hey, Leanne. Hey, Rebecca. How you going, honey?" And Roz, I've got octopus arms tonight. She's here, there, and everywhere. So we have a few people saying hi to Roz as well there. All right, you're going to have to still excuse my voice this week. It's still not back to normal after doing the big body mind and psychic about 3 weeks ago. So my body is still healing and still feeling it, may I add. And so I may need to stop tonight and keep having mouthfuls of water. So we'll see how we'll go. So there's just a couple of things. And just a reminder, if you want to get yourself a deck of my Inner Soul Guidance Oracle cards that Deb and I did 2021, I think we published these. We only have a very minimal amount left while we're waiting for the new order to come in. So jump into innersoulguidance.com.au, or if you go to my website, leannewinston.com, you will see a link along the top there as well. All right, there's a few things that I want to discuss tonight. I will get around at some stage to doing some readings, hopefully. Depends how this all goes. Ross says, I've been got sound. Carrie Ann, have just checked your volume. Oh, okay. So obviously, Carrie Ann has no sound. So Ross is saying it's okay, her end. All right. So I will let you sort that out, Carrie Ann, on your end. All right, you're going to have to excuse me rubbing my eyes. I have been reading up on history for the paranormal events that I am hosting for the buildings sort of thing. So it's like my eyes are blurry from overreading. They're not used to that. So it's kind of like the wrong time of day to be doing this, but oh, good. All right. Say, hey, Amy. How you going, honey? I hope you're doing well. Rhiannon is here as well. Carrie Ann, it's working now. Beautiful. She has her sound. Excellent. All right. So, just a couple of things I want to talk about. And this is, I don't know if I want to say it's a rant, but it's actually more so based on making people aware. And if we can, I love their timing. If we can talk about scammers, okay? And just as I'm literally about to say it, somebody has put their comment in the stream as well. So there is a lovely person there that is asking people to reach out to them, send them a friend's request for an accurate reading. Now, those type of people are either people that don't have very good morals that jump on other people's lives, or they are scammers. I want to go more so with probably both levels, because scammers don't have very good morals anyway. So please do, if yes, Reagan, that is the person. Regan, sorry. It is a scammer, honey. And that is the first name there with that. Okay. So please don't reach out to these people, because this is a perfect lead into what I want to talk to you about in a moment. Okay. Please report them to Facebook if they reach out to you by hitting the on the end of your comment. There should be 3 dots or something there along that line that you can actually report them to Facebook. Hey, Nat, good timing, honey. And Deb, hey, honey, how are you going? That person is continuing on to keep sending messages, even though I have acknowledged them to be a scammer, and their morals aren't very high. And you can bet it's a fake page, and they're coming from overseas, and it won't be in a English background speaking country, more than likely. So, what I want to encourage people to do is, please do not ever reach out to these people that are offering you free readings, because they are scammers. They will offer you a free reading. And I actually tested one in using another platform just in the last week, and they offered a free reading. And then it was like, okay, well, do you want a romantic one? Do you want a friend's general? And it sort of listed all this stuff. And I went, but hang on, your page says you're a tarot reader, but you're offering this. So what are you actually offering? And then they're like, well, do you want a 10-minute reading, or do you want a 20-minute reading? And I will send you this link, and I ask you to make a donation to how much you think this reading will be worth before I start. All right. So Regan's just saying reported to Facebook and blocked. Perfect. So when you block them, you're blocking them from your page only. I know Roz is here in the background, and she's probably already on top of it. If not, Roz and I quite often will go back on our shows and block those people in the background, like in our back end, so they can't reach out to anybody through our shows as well. All right. So yeah, so it's really funny how it worked, but I just thought, right, okay, I'm going to go down that pathway to actually test them, so I know what I'm actually talking about in that way. Hey Tracy, how you doing? I'm doing okay with my family, and you, honey, I hope you're doing well too. So that's like, I want to make people aware of that, and I do each week. So if you do get sucked into those things, please don't click on anything that you don't know, even to the point that where people are copying my page, and not just my page, they're doing it to a lot of people, and they'll change a letter or put a little space or something in there that's not normally there. If you get a friend's request from somebody, or somebody reaches out to you in inbox, certainly check the spelling and everything in that way with that. All right. The other thing on top of that, there's 3 levels to these scammers I want to talk about. My phone goes nuts lately, and I'm getting 3 and 4 phone calls a day with scammers going, oh, it's Commonwealth Bank. There's a transaction for X amount of dollars. We need you to get on the computer, blah, 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 sort of thing. Or the other day it was a finance company One the other day was pretending to be Telstra. It's just common, all right? And it's happening quite a bit. I like to play with them a little bit. I'm going, "Oh my god, what's going on? What do I need to do to fix this?" Because I like to think if I've got the time and I want the entertainment, and I know it's sad, that's where I'm getting my entertainment from at the moment. I think when they're wasting time on me, they're leaving somebody else alone, okay? And when they want me to get online and do stuff, I can be very tech dumb when these people come on, and I'm like, "Oh, but I've clicked on this. How do I go back?" I'll stuff them around like that as well. Roz is saying she's getting phone calls from Asia language. Yeah. The other side of this also, and I had a conversation a little bit earlier with a beautiful follower member of mine, and she has recently just been scammed to the point that she's had to had to cancel cards and different stuff like that. But hers is also now coming through the emails, and I'm going to share this with you. And I have her permission to do it, and I was hoping that it would have came up a lot bigger, but I think by memory, she said she got something like 42 spam emails within a very short time today as well. So this one's coming through as Laurie Subcore, if I'm reading that correctly. It is very small on my screen. Like I said, I tried to enlarge it, but I couldn't seem to get it bigger. And I think the first one, if I remember correctly, said something along the lines of resignation being accepted or something. So these are the constant things, and I wanna say I won't open emails from people I don't know, okay? I will really look at the titles and stuff first. Hey, JD, I'm not sure if I said hi to you, honey. Um Kim's saying mum gets those ones. Right, yeah. And the thing is, what happens is that when you click on that, there's actually more, what do they call it? Malware, spyware, connected to, like, implanted in those links. So when you click on it, you're opening your device, whether it's your phone, your computer, your iPad, whatever you're using, up to that link. And then they get in and they get your information. So if you've got credit card information, bank details, addresses, passwords and stuff all stored on your phone somewhere, they find a way to find that stuff to give them access to your stuff. And then they will set up, like bank loans and applications and different stuff for stores and all that sort of stuff in your name, and you may and book up thousands and thousands of dollars that you may not even realize that they're doing. Now, the person I spoke to today that this email came from, she was saying that they did two transactions, small transactions. Well, I don't call them small transactions, just under $500 in her bank account. So they nearly got away with $1,000 or close to. Um, that the bank didn't detect because they've done it in smaller amounts that aren't big enough to raise the bank's attention. And then they have gone back and done it multiple times before, it was picked up by the account holder sort of thing with that. So I really wanna make it a point, because people are quite often contacting me going, "Oh, I clicked on this message I got off of your show and, it's a scam and, they've taken money out of my account," or it might be, $1.99 to start with, then it goes to $15 and it just gets bigger and bigger in that way. So these things, please, in this time, we need to be more and more aware of what is going on. For me, thankfully, my intuition will kick in at times and go, "Oh, I get a funny feeling about that," and I will follow my intuition and look further into it. And Kerry is saying, "Absolutely disgraceful. It's sad that some people have no morals and can be that to other people." It is. I actually last week, was it last week? The week before, I asked the woman, I said to the woman, "It's time you got a real job," and she didn't like that. And I said, "Because you're a scammer. It's not a real job." And she hung up on me. She was rather offended, but that was her problem, not mine. Okay. Leanne, it's, Brendan's dad's 8th anniversary of his death today. Does he have any messages? I will come back to those, honey, very shortly. Yeah, Roz is saying, so true, Roz, don't click on anything that is a link in the message or email unless you check the website source address. And that person is still very much coming through my end as well. That person is, hi everyone, I'm heartbroken. My partner passed away a few days ago. Can anyone tune into him? Okay, I'm laughing because I'm pretty sure that is it is. It This same person has now gone from inbox me for an accurate reading, blah, 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 spiritual guidance, send me a friend's request, okay, to now, I'm so devastated, my partner passed away a couple of months ago. Can anybody tune into him, to then a couple messages later in between go inbox me for your accurate reading. See what I mean? There's ugh, I'm just gonna leave it at that. Okay. So they are, different forms of scams that are going on at the moment, and please, I don't want to see you guys get caught out, and please be careful of what you're clicking on in that way. If you're not sure, please know, and I'm sure Roz is the same here with me, that she will not reach out and offer you a free reading. She may do it through her live like I'm doing tonight, but we don't chase people and offer them free readings or offer them a little taste tester to get them in and then ask for money type of thing. So it's certainly not the true way somebody working in the light will work. It is more the egos, the scammers, those out to benefit themselves in that way. All right. So the second subject, or the next subject I'd like to sort of talk to people about is, I heard something today and I clicked on it and it just popped up on my phone, and it was talking about gratitude and how gratitude, when we sit in that energy, will manifest more gratitude. So the universe, when we sit there and we have gratitude for the life we've lived, the things we have, when things come in, I want to say, even when you get paid from the job you're doing, give gratitude. I get people come through on my calendar. I get emails to say there's been a booking. Every time I read that, I go, thank you, thank you, thank you. All right. So that's just my way of giving gratitude, acknowledging that exchange of energy as well with that. But I love the way this woman put it on this little short video that I was watching, saying that, the universe is full of gratitude. When we sit in that gratitude, the universe is going to bring more things for you to have that gratitude about. So I want you to think about what it is you're working towards, what it is that you want, all right? And when things come in and they feel positive and it's got that flow to it, it's got that exchange, give that gratitude. Like I said, mine is just thank you, thank you, thank you. You may find something that resonates more with you that you'd like to use. You don't have to speak the words out loud. I usually do it in my mind, my thoughts, rather than to, say it out loud type thing. Like, if somebody gives me money, hands it over, I'll go thank you. But in my head, I'm going thank you, thank you, thank you. This sort of thing. So any little win, I'm always the same. Thank you, thank you, thank you, sort of thing in that way. So sometimes we just need those reminders as well to sit more in that energy. But I just thought it was really interesting the way she put it, that the universe is full of gratitude. When we give gratitude, the universe is going to give you more reasons for more gratitude to be grateful for in that way with that. Okay. Regan says it is good knowing gratitude is such a huge thing, and it doesn't take much to be grateful and appreciative, even those little things that happen to us. Exactly. It doesn't matter how big or small it is in that way. So that was just something else I wanted to bring up with you guys tonight, because it is certainly something that caught my attention today. And I think for me, it was just a reminder as well with that. Okay. Hey, Michelle, how are you going, honey? All right. So let's me scroll back. Did I say hi to Kim? Hey, Kim. I know I said hi to Carrie Ann. Let me wet my throat, and I'm just going to, yeah, I'm just seeing Carrie's comment saying you got some scammers already. I'm just going to scroll the button tonight, and I'm going to just grab the ones that the mouse stops on, and rather than go down the list in that way. So if you've got a question you'd like to ask, certainly be direct in your questions, and if I feel that it needs a mediumship response, I will use mediumship. If not, I'm also using inner soul guidance cards tonight. So if you want a card, hashtag card, I have seen there are a couple there as well. So let's jump in and see. Um, the first one I grabbed was Roz's with the volume. Okay, Regan. Hi Leanne, how are you every evening? If you're drawn, I would love a reading tonight. Please and thank you. All right, and I love the. I'm laughing because it's reminding me of Monday's live. Monday's recording that I did for my members, where I asked Spirit to, give me the cards that I needed for the guidance for the week ahead for them, and they literally jumped out until to the point they were jumping out of my deck in my hand as I shuffled them across the floor in that way. Now this one just jumped out for you, honey, and I was actually questioning, did I want to go mediumship or a card? And obviously the card has jumped out. All right, so the card that has come out for you, honey, is the Lion. It's very much about sitting in your power, that inner power, that roar, and offering, pulling on that strength that's within you. Okay, and that will help you to overcome the hurdles that are being placed in front of you. But to me, at the moment, honey, I just feel like I need to be planning stuff out with you. So I'm not sure what it is that you need to be working on, putting the plans in place, but also finding that inner strength and standing in it, standing strong while you express yourself and make sure you're being heard at all times as well. All right, hun. So wishing you all the best with that. Pardon me. I wasn't sure if I wanted to sneeze or not there. Emily, how are you, honey? Good evening, Leanne. Just want to announce my Caesar went amazing in hospital recovering, and Brody is the most precious ever. Beautiful. Congratulations, honey. And I'm pleased to hear that you are both doing really well. So much love to you all. Please give him a cuddle for me. I like baby cuddles. So excellent. Wonderful. Okay. Now, Julie, oh God, my throat. Julie, hi Leanne, I'd love a reading, if possible, please. Now, the card when I was reading Emily's that jumped out was the fire card, but I didn't feel this was for her. With that, okay, so. This is very much about finding that, and it's the same with the Lion, that inner strength, that roar. This is about finding that fire within you, what lights you up, and focusing on that side of it at the moment. Okay. I also feel like I've got a grandmother figure with you, honey, and I'm more drawn to mum's side of the family with this. Please know she comes through with a beautiful smile, a hand on her heart, which shows me the love, the pride with her as well. I need to look at the timing of her passing. So to me, it's the feeling she passed around somebody's birthday, the celebration. So it may have been Easter, Christmas, or something that you would normally celebrate in that way. All right. So please know she's around you. I keep getting the flickering of the light with her energy. So if you're noticing the lights flickering, please know that is her with you at that time. Okay. All right. I'm just going to pass the schema messages. Rashina, hey, honey. I hope you are well. What's next in my path? Can I please have spirit guidance? All right. I actually feel The card I just pulled, honey, is the door card for you. So you don't always need to know what is behind that door. And this is funny that this card's come up because I actually felt like saying, like I know you pop in each week and it's either health or, future and stuff like that. My feeling is with you, honey, at the moment, it is about actually, sorry, Spirit's playing in my hair with you. So I don't know if you find yourself playing with your hair or the fingers through your hair. Please know that there's a female energy around you. I feel she's more a guide for you in that way. Okay. What I was about to say was, I kind of feel like you've got to stop focusing on what's next. Take a breath, ground yourself, and be in the present. Because I feel that, and I want to say, bring your focus from your head space, because I feel you're very much in your head, and come back into your heart space. And when you do that, it's going to bring more of that spiritual alignment with that breath work back into play as well. And when you do that, trust and surrender, go with the flow. We don't always need to know what is coming next because we're not actually living when we're doing that. Okay. Because I could tell you this is what's coming next and you hold on to it, but you may also miss signs that are being put in front of you. My feeling is that you need to bring the focus back into you and you need to nurture you and focus on what it is that lights you up, what you're passionate about, what your heart desires. And when you put that focus into that energy, that is what you're going to be manifesting. What you're manifesting at the moment is that fear of not knowing what's coming next, not having that control or needing that control, probably is a better way of putting it. All right. So the door is behind the door is the unknown and unexpected. Surrender to what is coming. All right. So I thought that was perfect with what I was getting from spirit to what came out in the card as well. All right, hun. So I wish you all the best with that. Okay. Mum, how about I pull you a card for once? I know you never asked for one, but let's do one for you just for a bit of fun. um The card that has come out for you is the hope card. All right. So have faith. It will happen. And I'm not necessarily going to say that's getting dad off the lounge and getting him moving and doing what you want him to do. I just feel like it's about focusing on the bigger picture at the moment of what it is that you want. Trust and surrender in that. Okay. Good luck getting dad moving. Love you, dad. All right. So let's bring, is the lovely Jen ready? She's disappeared off screen. Hey, Jen. Let's just see. No, she must be away from the computer. All right. Let's bring Dee up and say hello to Dee. She's just popped in the background. So good timing.
Hello.
Hey, honey. How you going?
I'm buggered.
You're buggered? What have you been doing?
I drove from Gladstone to Ayr last night.
Yeah.
So that was 12 hours.
Oh,
And
yeah.
then got up this morning and drove from Ayr to Cairns. I'm picking up the kids, turning around on Saturday and going back.
Oh, wow.
And
That's
then
a
I've
bit
got it
of
for
a
2 weeks.
hike.
Yes.
Yeah. And then what did you say? You're there for 2 weeks?
2 weeks I've got the kids down in Gladstone.
Oh, wow. Well, that sounds like fun.
I am going to do crafts. I'm going to do all the kiddie stuff.
Yeah, beautiful. It's just a pity it's such a long drive for you.
It is. It's just my foot hurts today.
Uh,
'Cause I
that's what
don't.
I find. I love driving and even just to be in the car by myself with the music up.
Yep.
But it's when you got to twist and stand up out of the car that the body
Oh,
lets you know it's not happy.
when you first start, you can get in, out, and you're doing your petrol. By the time you get to the last one, it's like, oh, God, do I have to?
Yeah.
And then I don't have cruise control.
Yeah.
So my toe on the accelerator is the cruise control. So being in the one position and using my big toe, it feels like it's blistered.
Yeah.
And
Ouch.
it normally happens on long trips. So I've brought my slippers. And by the time I got last night, my feet were aching. So by the time I got halfway here today, which was only a 6-hour drive,
Yeah.
I got halfway. It was like, I don't care what people think. Every time I got out to go to the toilet or put petrol in, my slippers came with me.
I don't blame you.
And then I had to go do some shopping to get food for dinner. My
Yeah.
slippers went with me. I thought,
I
say something.
Yeah, I did that the other week. I was just hanging out for pizza and I really, really wanted it and I didn't want to go and get it. I
Yeah,
rang the pizza place that's like 2 minutes from us and they wanted $10 to deliver it. And I thought, no, buggy, you're not paying you $10. I'll get in the car and come and get it.
yep.
I walked in my pajamas. I would never ever do that, but I really didn't care. And I walked out and I just smiled to myself, like, Leanne, you're an idiot.
Well, I wear satin 90s. I've homemade satin 90s.
Yeah.
So they're pretty bloody obvious they're 90s. So I look a bit weird, but just today I just sit there and, oh, my feet are too sore now.
Yeah, nice warm bucket of water.
Oh, I
Need a
can't, there's
spa.
none.
Oh, no.
I'm in
Need a spa.
accommodation for 2 nights and then I stay at my mother-in-law's for 1 night,
Yeah.
turn around and go home, but I've just got arts and crafts to do and
Yeah, lots of stuff.
it's I've got paint, I've got chalk, I've got all that fun stuff ready to go. The
I
house
love
is
it.
clean.
Oh, beautiful.
I spent the week doing all that, but I just got
Yeah.
up here, I just feel so
Yeah. Yeah, you'll get there. You'll
yeah,
need a week to recover when you get home.
probably. I just didn't get the reception I'd hoped for,
Hmm.
and I was like, "Okay, I can deal with this."
Mm.
I've decided to, when I go back to my psychologist, I'm gonna talk about, the connection with food
Yep.
because, having the childhood I had, I ate to be invisible.
Yep.
So the bigger you got, the more you became invisible,
Yeah.
even though you weren't.
Yeah.
You had to eat
Yes.
everything on your plate,
Yeah.
and everything is so ingrained, and it's really unbelievable. And I'm doing it now. I eat to be invisible.
Mm. So
And
what's stirring that up at the moment then?
I
I feel
don't
there's
know.
patterns around it.
I'm unsure. I'm teary a lot,
Yeah.
but I am just finding insecurity.
Yeah.
Even though I've got the house of my dreams, I'm in the place where I am. There was such a push for me to be there with the guides and my angels and all that.
Yeah.
Everything focused on me getting there. I don't know. It is a weird, like, what is my purpose? I'm not suicidal, which is
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah.
It's not a death thing. It is, what is my purpose? Why am I thinking like this? Like every day I drive around the corner, I see the view I've got, and I'm like, oh, far out, I am so blessed.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know?
That's it. I'm smiling because you're reminding me, and I literally had this conversation with a very wise man yesterday, and you're
Yeah.
reminding me of the conversation. So let me try and break this down to help you sort of understand why you're feeling this way. And like you said, you're not suicidal. You don't sort of feel like it's more the mental health sort of side
Mm.
of it coming through. After talking to this very wise man yesterday, and he's always got wisdom, like, he's been
Yep.
doing this work on a very different level to me for so long, but he's like I wanna call him a guide for me,
Yeah.
sort of thing, a mentorish guide sort of sense, and for a little while now, he's been talking to me about dimensions, like how a lot of us have been sitting in the third dimension for a very long time,
Mhm.
and then we've moved up to the fifth, and now some of us are getting dragged through the dimensions. So something happened to me a few months ago, and it really hit home, and I was pissed off with myself because I was so correct in what I put there, but it affected other people and
Yeah.
like what I'd said to somebody sort of thing. But I didn't know the people that were affected, so I wasn't sure why I was feeling um, so emotional, the heartache of it all sort of thing, which didn't make sense to me because I'm very good at sort of separating my energy to that.
Yeah.
And he goes, "Well, you're not just sitting now in the fifth dimension, you're getting dragged through the sixth, seventh, eighth, and probably even into the ninth dimension." So I thought that's okay. So we've started this conversation about talking how we're moving through different dimensions and stuff. Yesterday's comment, I started talking about how I was having conversation. I mean, how I'd been having some really weird dreams lately. But
Mm.
I'm very focused on manifesting what I want at the moment. And it was kind of like what I'm wanting to manifest, I'm kind of getting the opposite in my dreams, sort of thing,
Yeah.
in that sense. And he said, "What's happening?" And if you ever watched that movie called Sliding Doors,
No, I haven't, but it's
okay.
been on the TV. Yep.
Yeah, so it's been put in front of you sort of thing in
Mm.
that sense. It's kind of like in different dimensions, we're living one life, and in this dimension, we're living the other. So
Mm.
what we're living in this lifetime now, in this dimension, we are doing the opposite in the other dimension. And we are quite often getting images, like little glimpses of that other dimension because they aren't quite, it's like they're kind of coming into, not I don't even know how to explain this. It's like you got both dimensions sort of sitting there, and they're sort of slightly coming into alignment, but not aligning enough to level up, sort of thing.
You know what? That is weird because I said to Kirsten, thought I was suicidal
Yep,
because I asked you. Remember, you had that glitch
yep,
and we couldn't come online.
yep,
I had to talk to you through the other one.
yep,
That popped up in her feed, and she said to me, "Why are you asking about death? I'm worried about you." And I said, "No, no, 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 no. I'm not suicidal, but I've been having weird dreams." And she said,
mm,
"What?" And I went, "I'm stuck. I'm stuck at Edmonton or Cairns, and I can't get back to Gladstone.
yep.
I
So
can't
that,
get back to my house. The house is there, but I
yeah,
can't get there. The lawn needs mowing. Um, but I'm stuck and I
yeah,
can't get there. But I'm
mm,
there.
yeah.
My
It's
mum and
really
dad are there."
weird. Yeah. So my feeling is like you're doing like what I'm doing, like and
Yeah,
what this wise man was talking about. I'll say his name, Daryl, with the
yeah, I
dimensions
know who
and the
Daryl is.
yeah, yeah. So and I'm not sure how many shows he's doing lately, but he may even talk about the dimensions when he does come on. But and it's like that movie, The Sliding Doors. We've got just two different doorways, two
Yeah,
different dimensions, and what we're doing in this, we're sort of doing different in the other dimension. And it's kind of like for, I'm gonna say, a very long time, those dimensions have been so far out that I
yeah,
feel like they're getting closer, that we're getting close enough to get those glimpses of. Because like even last night's dream, it was showing me this stuff in the dream, and I woke myself up going, "No, that's not right. That's the way this is the way it is."
mm.
Sort of thing, because I kind of felt like I was correcting myself in the dream and setting my boundaries, standing in my power to the way it will be.
That's what I do in my dreams. And I've had 3 or 4 of the exact same dreams. I'm fighting with my mum. I'm fighting with my dad saying, "That's it. I am going back to my home in Gladstone."
Yep,
And it's the house in Gladstone's perfect, but the home that's in Cairns isn't. And
yep,
it's like, but it can't be real because mum and dad have died.
yeah,
And I've tried to explain that to her, but I didn't know what was going on because I don't understand dimensions. And I'm like, this is weird. Why am I stuck? And I thought maybe it's just I've got to go to Cairns, pick the kids up. Maybe it's just that, but it's not.
yeah.
It's a literal fight. I need to go to Gladstone. I need to go to Gladstone. And I'm like, but I am in Gladstone. I'm laying in my bed in Gladstone.
Exactly. So
That's
could you take it
crazy.
also that that is just also confirmation you're where you need to be? That would be another
Mm.
level to it.
I am. I know I'm where I need to be. The house is where I need to be. Um, I am blessed where I need to be.
Yeah.
I am calm, but my eating is out of control.
Would you call that an old habit?
Yes,
You're
because
eating.
I
Yep.
am putting too much on my plate. And I said to Bryce just now, maybe I should go down to a bread and butter plate instead of a normal plate. But
That's a good plan.
in my head is that you've got to eat what's on your plate.
Yeah. Yeah, so if you're going down to a smaller plate while you work on that. So
Yeah.
it's you're still sort of in a sense, you're still feeding that thing of I need to eat everything on my plate, but it's better for your body while you work on the mindset sort of thing. The other thing I'm finding is that quite a bit these last few months, is that the universe is bringing up old stuff. And
Oh,
it's
yeah.
stuff that we've got to deal with. It's stuff to I call it distractions, but really it's test us, see how we're going to react. Are we going to fall back into the heap, the old habits, the old ways, the old structures? Or do we take a breath and go, no, I've got this. This is how I'm going to move forward and do it without the fear, the panic type thing. So,
It is. And the other day I had a confrontation with my daughter, one of them, and then I had a confrontation with the second one.
yeah,
And Bryce came home from work and I said, I just burst into tears. I said, I can't deal with this. It breaks my heart. There are children involved and it's breaking my heart that a punishment may be that one can't come down to my place. So I wrote back and said, it's either 3 come or none.
yep,
End of story,
yep,
and I got really upset. And I said, I can't cope with this attitude all the time at me. And I just burst into tears. And I said to him, I don't know whether it's because my birthday's coming up, because I get a bit funny around that. I don't know.
yep. Okay. Well, can I break that down? Is that
Yeah,
all right? Yep. Okay. I've got 2 things with that. Okay. First of all, I want to go like, okay, well, you know how they said one can't come, it's punishment. I kind of
yep.
feel like it brings up old stuff for you in the way that you've been punished, like punished for stuff that other people have done,
Mm-hmm.
taken the blame for. So to me, it's that old ways, old patterns around that side of it. Okay. Now, the second side I can relate to myself because when things happen, I kind of feel like I get emotional, I take it to heart and stuff like that. Okay. But it's not my thing. I take it on like it's mine, sort of thing. And I think that's part of the empath side of stuff as well.
Yep.
But when it's our children and they're doing stuff that's so close, like it's close, it hurts even more, sort of thing, in that sense. I have and am still doing the work on it where I go, I choose me. So when stuff comes up, I try not to react to it. I try to care less is probably a better way of putting it. That's their circus, their monkey, not mine, sort of thing. I can control the way that it affects me or how I choose to let it to affect me is probably a better way. And that's the old ways, the old patterns by letting it affect us, sort of thing, where now when I'm going, I choose me, I'm focusing on what I need to do, what I want to do. If they don't like it, that's their problem. If they want to shut me out, I can do the same thing and bring that focus back to me. It's kind of like I see it as there's a lot of game playing going on so many different levels at
Oh,
the
hell yeah.
moment, and I choose not to play into that.
Mm.
Sometimes it's about people's way of learning how to like, it's their way of dealing with stuff or how they react to what's going on in their life. But once again, that's their monkey, not mine to take on.
Yeah, and I've just got this firm belief that, you know what, my mum, like I know stuff about my mum now that
Yeah,
I never knew growing up. I mean, she hid it from us.
yeah.
How
Common
she
thing
brought us
these
up, I
days.
don't friggin' know.
Yeah,
She had no money, but she did it because my dad used to take the money. What my dad did to my mum, he was an asshole.
yeah,
Sorry to say that, but he was, until he got dementia.
yeah,
But when it came to my dad, I turned around and I said, I can either fight the dementia, no one's there, or I can let it go, which I did. My mum did the best she could with what she had. I get told regularly, oh, but, when I was going, and I said, you know what? I did the best I friggin' could with what I had.
Exactly.
You are now doing the best you can with what you've got. If
Yeah.
you don't like the way I brought you up, change it.
Exactly, and that's the thing. So and I quite often myself think, "Well, okay, well, if I don't like that, I choose to do it better." With
Mm,
with like, in the way I do stuff, sort of thing. I see that as a way of pushing my
yep,
determination type of thing.
it is.
So
And I got told that because I was interfered with as a child, I would interfere with my children. So that scared the death out of me because I had 2 girls.
yeah,
I didn't let that happen. I got overprotective and I gave my girls the instinct
yeah,
without what happened.
yeah.
But I
That's
did the best I could with what I had.
exactly.
You
And
know, yes, I
that's what it was.
retaliated. I
Yeah.
did the opposite to my dad. I did not tell my kids they were unwanted. I did
Mm.
not do that. I made sure my children had a voice.
Yeah,
You know,
exactly.
I don't ever want to see a child be told that they're unwanted.
Yeah.
My dad drummed that into me from whenever. My brother drummed that into me, and
It
that's
does
something that I've got
damage.
to deal with.
Yeah, that's it, and I know my husband, he, has said to me numerous times when he looks at his upbringing how, a strong male in his life would tell him how he was a
Mm.
disappointment, "You're fat, you're overweight, you're lazy," all that stuff. They are stuff that sticks with us, but at the
Oh,
same
hell
time, he's taken that energy and driven him to be different
yeah. Mm.
sort of thing,
I
so
That's what, remember you said to me, my mum told you when she was talking to you one show that it was my demons. That's what I call my demons
yeah,
because
yeah.
they are my demons. And at the moment, I am battling those demons, something shocking,
Yeah,
you
and that
know?
doesn't surprise me with the way this universal energy is
Mm,
bringing stuff up, and to me, they will bring stuff up when they feel we are ready to handle it, to deal with it,
mm.
sort of thing,
And
so
it's a demon that I can't fight. I mean, my dad's passed on. He had dementia. I can't fight it.
yeah,
My sister told me she hated me. Hey, look how she died. Don't
yeah,
care. My brother's disowned me. I've got a brother in Brisbane. Yes, it does hurt me that he's not acknowledging me now. And yet he's the one that made a big deal about still being my stepbrother and all that crap.
yeah,
That
but
affects
would
me.
I be right in saying that you put more into that relationship than you get back?
Yep,
Okay, so it's balance.
it is. It's, one of my cousins up here, yeah, okay, she's terminal. But, it doesn't take 2 seconds to say, "Hey, hello."
Exactly,
You know,
that's it.
it hurts my heart that I've been told that I put so much into relationships because I feel that I need to be protected and there is no one who protects me, and that's why I put so much out.
Yeah,
But, yeah,
yeah.
I
It's
just
called having a big heart.
yeah, and it gets trampled on.
Exactly. That's the thing, and that's where, I and maybe you need to try this when things happen, do the "I choose me."
Yeah,
Stop and think about how you're gonna react. Try to care less, so to speak. And I guess in a way, we're not really caring less that, our love is still there, our support and everything else. We just choose not to allow other people's,
yeah.
actions, emotions, words to hurt us. Setting boundaries in a sense,
Yeah,
sort
I
of thing.
I find that really hard.
Yeah, and I think you
Angela?
find what the universe is doing at the moment is pushing us and reminding us and showing us that we need to do that. We need to step back into that.
I am slowly getting there, and it is getting easier. I admit it is getting a lot easier,
Yeah, yeah,
but yeah, just I have my cry. Then I
yeah.
just you just got to let it out. And like,
You do.
um, he'll come home from work, and I'll just say to him, "I don't need you to defend me. I don't need you to comment, but I want to be a
It's a
baby."
release. Yeah, it's a
Yeah,
release, and we need to have it. sort of thing.
Yeah,
So, and I do it quite often. I'll just sit here and it might be something stupid on TV that sets me off.
yeah.
My daughter comes out and goes, "Mum, why do you watch stuff that makes you cry?" And I'm like, "Well, some stuff I resonate to, but I mean, pushed
I
across on the
know.
TV, and other things it's just that it needs to come out, and it might only take 5 minutes, but I'm done and dusted, but it's gone, and I feel better for quite a
Yeah.
while, sort of thing. So,
But
stick
I've
with it,
just
honey.
realised that I can't be a counsellor, and
Yep,
I don't wanna be now.
yep.
I I am gonna be a carer till the day I die.
Yeah, that's it, but set your boundaries.
Yeah.
Know what is caring that you're
Mm.
giving and what is caring when you're being used.
Yes, and I've got to now I am focused on, you know what, I've got 5 beautiful grandchildren
Yep,
who are innocent and deserve to be children.
exactly.
The other
That's the
2,
important
yes,
thing.
they're my children. Yes, I love them, but you know what? You're a friggin' adult.
Yeah, exactly, and that's an
Mhm.
important thing. They are
Yeah.
adults. So, yeah.
But thank you.
Alright, honey, you are
Yeah.
welcome. Rest up, nurture you.
I am gonna go for a nice hot shower,
Good.
and hopefully the room's cooled down with the aircon.
We are freezing here, we're 10 degrees tomorrow. I'll
It
meet you
was
in the middle
12 when I
temperature-wise.
left.
Oh, goodness.
In jumpers and tracky dacks down there, and coming up here, we were jumper all the way.
Yeah.
And now it's like tonight I sat there and going, "It's a bit cool here tonight," and everyone's looking at me going, "Are you for real?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm feeling chilly." But
Yeah.
I phoned Bryce to tell him I'm all right, I've made it safe, I'm in the unit. Oh, I did get upgraded.
Oh, did
We
you?
were
Nice.
busting
When?
I know,
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
yes, we were supposed to be in one cabin, and we were busting to go to the toilet when we arrived. The door was locked and there was a car park there. Someone had gone to the wrong cabin and emptied their stuff in there.
Oh,
So
no.
they've upgraded us.
Yeah. Oh,
So
goodness.
it's like, yep, turn all the air cons on and just
Yep, relax.
I am. So
Beautiful.
instead of being this one little squishy cabin, I've got this luxurious villa.
I will love it.
I
That's
know,
a
it's only
win.
for 2 nights.
Lap it up while you can.
I'm going to, but I'm gonna go for a hot shower. You have a good
Yep.
night.
I will. You too, honey. Good to see you and drive safe.
Okay. I will. Thank you. Bye.
Alright, bye. Alright, beautiful energy. And that's the thing, the universe is doing some really weird, incredible, amazing. You could put so many names to it at the moment, but there is so much going on in the background. And I do see there is another scammer there as well, in the in the comments as well. All right, let me see. Um, 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 Louise. Hey, Louise. Will my youngest son ever smarten up and have more respect for me? I get in time, honey, and I don't feel you're ever going to get the respect that is desired there as well. So I want to say, set your boundaries, stand your ground. Once again, do the I choose me side of stuff. I want to say, and it's a reminder of things that I do at times where I will treat that person the way they treat me to reflect it back at them. So, when I could often say, see a mirror between that person and yourself with the reflective side facing them. So you're reflecting that energy back at them that they send to you. But at times, there's certain people that it goes on deaf ears with type of thing. So then I resort to, well, okay, well, if you spoke to me in that tone, I'm going to speak back to you in that tone. And quite often you will find they don't like it, sort of thing. So I want to say, do it without overreacting when you do it in that sense. But I get, he will, I want to say grow up, not smarten up, more so in time, but I feel like he'll be forced to do that. All right. So sending you much love. And it's interesting how these energies, like, Dee's saying with her children, um, I've experienced stuff. Louise is experiencing it, and probably most of you in the comments have gone through that with somebody in your life that you don't get the respect from and stuff like that. But the people that you can't sort of just always push away either completely, sort of thing. So I'm actually thinking, you know, this stuff is coming up for our lessons. You know, is it about how we stand in our power, how we set our boundaries, how we react to it? Or do we go into the old ways, the old habits, the old structures and let them get away with them? All right. So it's just something to keep in mind there as well. Michaela says, hello, lovely. Joined late due to visiting dad in hospital. Sending your dad lots of love and healing, honey. And I hope he will be okay. All right. Big hugs to you too. I know it's hard when your parents are in the hospital and you've been through a lot lately too. All right. Joanne was saying she was hearing D. And that's the thing, we can quite often relate to each other. Okay. Farmer Maggie. Hey, Farmer Maggie. How you going, honey? Am I in the appropriate job at the moment? I got a yes with that very strongly. It's challenging and a privilege at the same time. And I love the fact that you're saying it's challenging because it's actually pushing your boundaries, pushing your limits, sort of thing in that sense. But I did get a very strong yes when I started reading your comment. Okay. All right. Jen's still here in the background, but I can't see her on camera. Oh, hang on. There she is. She's in bed. Let me bring Jen up. Hey, gorgeous. How you going?
I was lulled into having a quick power nap or maybe just sleeping for the evening by your voice and the conversation that you're having in the background. I was like, oh my goodness. So, yes, I'm in bed.
Nice. I don't blame you. I did plan on going back to bed this afternoon, but I didn't get there. The run over the knee was enough. How you been? You back up and about?
Yes and no. Still, yeah, obviously, like still hobbling,
Yeah.
but I can drive now, which is
Oh,
great. That's super
freedom.
exciting, and yeah, like I feel like it is 2 steps forward, 1 step backwards kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
like
can actually relate to that because I'm the same, like, with my recovery. I think I'm getting on top of it. I feel good for 5 minutes, I'm gonna do something, and then it's set back. I helped my husband lift a light cupboard yesterday, which really wasn't that heavy, and
mm,
today I'm paying for it. It's stupid.
yeah.
Things, so
Yeah, and it's interesting the weaknesses that I feel like I've discovered that my toes are really weak,
oh,
which
wow.
um you wouldn't normally think of, but like just little things as I'm doing my rehab on the yoga mat, I try and do something and I was like, huh, how interesting. I can do it on the other leg, but I can't do it on this leg.
Yeah.
So
Well, that
trying
leg
to build up that strength.
that's it. Well, that leg's had a lot of trauma and then surgery and stuff too.
Yeah, a lot of trauma, and then even as I'm lying here, like there's a weird kind of pain going through it, and I was like, I mean, it's not heaps bad, but
Yeah.
it's still something that's there. So slowly, it's
Yeah.
getting there.
And do you
But we
find
all
the
know that
cold
I'm not very patient.
no, that's it. Talking of patient, I'll bring that one up in a second, but do you find the cold irritates it too?
I don't know because I don't know anything different, right? Like I just because this is the first time I've had it, it's cold. It's I don't know. I think it might be a little bit stiffer,
Yeah,
but I don't know if it's just because it's stiff because I don't use it. I'm not
yeah,
constantly using and moving it and stuff like that.
yeah.
So
Not like you normally would, but you got metal in that too, so
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Talking of patient being patient, I must admit that here, 2, 3 weeks, probably 4 weeks ago, I heard about the parachuter accident out at Lower Lights. I'm like, "No, don't tell me Jen's back out there."
No, that was not me. That poor bastard.
Yeah.
That was their first solo jump,
Oh
and
my
I think it was
god.
like an 18-year-old kid as
Yeah,
well. So
yeah. I think he was friends with my cousin's oldest child by memory. I think I see.
oh, right. Is he okay? Like,
Uh,
I didn't hear what actually happened. I think he broke his leg and had
yeah,
abdominal injuries or something like
yeah. I
that.
think I'm not 100% sure, but I think he did spend some time in hospital and
Mm.
was expected to make a recovery. But if I remember correctly, she did put on her page that please pray for him.
Yeah.
sort of thing. So
Yeah.
fingers crossed he's okay.
I mean, being 18 will certainly help with recovery, not like me,
Bounce
who is
back.
well past 18.
Yeah. Yes, it doesn't help as we get older, does it?
No, not at all. Yeah, and your recovery's going all right?
Slow.
Yeah.
Every time I think I'm getting a bit of energy back, it's like it takes 2 steps backwards. But, at the same time, it's really pushing me to nurture me, pace myself, sort of thing as well with that. But I could quite easily get into the habit of staying in my pajamas and not doing anything all day.
Well, excuse me, I seem to have gotten into the habit of going to bed at like 8 o'clock, which is absolutely amazing for my social life. But I had to go away for work a couple of weeks ago, and I was like, oh, this is okay, like this is fine. And then when I got back to Adelaide, it was only 2 days or so, and then I got back to Adelaide and I slept for like 12, 13 hours.
Yeah.
Like I just didn't realize that I was so tired. I think I jumped into bed at about 7. And this is the benefit of being by myself, right? I don't have obligations that I'm like, oh, I've got to, do this for the kids or whatever else. Like, I'm just like, no, I'm tired. I'm going to go to bed, even though it's 7 o'clock.
That's it.
And didn't get out of bed until about 10:30 the next day.
I'm doing that a lot lately. Like Paul works shift work, so like he won't get home until after midnight tonight, and I'll probably have a snooze on the lounge and then be awake when he gets home. But I'm sleeping like this morning, 10:30.
Yeah.
I wake up. Some days it's 11, and I look at the clock and I go, "Where's the morning gone?" But I could quite easily just shut my eyes and go back to sleep. It's crazy.
Yeah.
I think that's part of the healing.
I'm going to try to start swimming again tomorrow.
Oh, nice.
Tomorrow morning. So we'll see how that goes. Yeah.
So, well, I pulled you a card and I just split the deck, and the tree came out. Reconnect with Mother Earth. I don't
by
think
slamming
you need to hurry
into her from great heights.
Yeah, no. Let's go with a gentle reconnection this time. Not falling out of the sky with a bang or a crunch. I laughed when I just pulled the card out of the center, and it was that. I'm like, you'll see the funny side of that one.
Because I think one of the last ones that you pulled for me was like, spread your wings or something. It was the
That's
butterfly.
Right, take flight.
Spread your wing, and I was like, come on.
I think the universe is having a laugh with you.
I was like, thanks for giving me messages that I actually, it's good to have a laugh every now and again, especially because I know recovery is like long and it can be a bit of a downer sometimes, but
for sure.
You were saying give gratitude and thanks. Like I am so grateful that it's not way worse, like because it could have been far worse.
You could have had your angel wings.
Yeah. So yes, saying thank you. Yes, very much thank you. That everything else about me is okay. Just my ankle is not great for a little bit, which is teaching me to slow down, which I hate.
Things are going to be done in the hard way sometimes to get our attention. I love it. And it's funny because even like, I'm saying give gratitude, thank you. And for those that know sort of like what we've been through the last 12 months and stuff, I still give thanks for that because there's been a lot that comes out of that. Like, I'm seeing my daughter take on stuff that she wouldn't have got the chance to do before. Like she's over in the snow at the moment from that experience with the group, like the cancer group sort of thing. So, that's something I've been wanting to do for 40 odd years and stuff. Well, let's go 30 odd years and still haven't got to the snow sort of thing. So, there's always something good that comes out of something bad, no matter how big or small.
Yeah. And it's funny how the universe works as well, because for the past, I don't know, week or so, I've been missing a person that I shouldn't be missing, that I'm just like, oh, what's going on? And then all of a sudden he pops up and I was like, okay, this is interesting.
That
Yeah.
is really interesting because I've said that to somebody else in her reading a while ago, that the ex isn't over. He will come back into your life. Nah, nah, nah. And then about a week ago, I got a message and she's like, Leanne, you and your bloody readings. I've just spent 20 minutes on the phone with him.
Look, this not quite the ex, because I'm
Yeah.
very happy if the ex stays well and truly away.
Yeah.
That's fine, but yeah, just
Yeah.
old Mr.
Old
TM
stuff.
that we know about. Like, I'm just like,
Yeah.
what's going on? Like, you've been a bit quiet. Where have you gone? And then literally one of my friends messaged me about him, which I thought
Yeah.
was quite funny.
Yeah. The timing of everything.
I know.
It
I
all
know.
happens for a reason. Do you have a question you'd like to ask, hon?
No, not really. Sometimes it's
No.
better not to know, right?
Yeah, exactly. I did say that earlier, didn't I? I pulled the stars, so the manifestation. Focus on what you want.
Well, this is the problem, Leanne. What does Jenny want? This
Take this
is a bit of
time.
a big problem. This is probably why all the cards that you pull are just making fun of me, because when it actually makes me think about what I actually want,
Yeah.
yeah. And look, I guess that's it's a good thing, because it means that I'm not really wanting for
Yeah.
anything. Like, I'm
Got what you
pretty
need.
happy with everything. It's
Yeah.
just this one aspect. Look, I know what I do want, but I can't. Well, it's 9 o'clock, so I feel like I might be able to say. But let's keep this family friendly.
Yeah, exactly. My mum's listening. She's had much worse, believe me, with a daughter like me. I got things falling on my feet under the table now. Love it. So, all right, honey. Well,
Yeah,
good to see you, and I'm pleased that recovery is still going well. Not as
thank
fast as
you.
you'd like it, but
Please,
it's your
yeah.
time.
Thank you. I hope
That's
your recovery goes well too, and I'm sure I'll speak to you
yeah.
soon.
You will. Much love. Bye, hon.
Bye.
See ya. Oh, gorgeous energy. Oops, I'll put you on now. I love it. We'd rather see Jen's smiley face. I love it. So, and that's the thing, we are being forced to nurture us, take time for us. And sometimes, like me, I do things hard way, and I'd say Jen does too, the hard way, that something really has to slap us in the face to stop us, in that sense as well. So, all right, Jody, I got a yes to yours. With that, Michaela, you are very welcome, honey. It's my pleasure. All right, so there's still a few comments there and another scammer there as well. So just a reminder, please be diligent. I can't even say that word. Nat mentioned it before in her comment, with the scammers and stuff that you're clicking on and accepting. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull a card, and this is for those that I haven't got to. So think about the question that you asked. And this is the card that I've pulled, is the heart card. And with everything that's going on, it's reminding you just to sit in that love, offer that love, feel that love. Okay, be motivated by that love. And when you sit in that energy, you are going to find that things will move. I can see my head sticking out. Sorry, move forward in the way that you need to bring that alignment in. All right. All right, beautiful souls. So, what have I got coming up? If you want to make a booking with me, do go to leannewinston.com /services. My calendar link is back up working after it decided to crash over the weekend and took the train technicians 72 hours to fix it. So it was well above my knowledge in that way. So I know that's working. So please do check out those links. And we can connect through Zoom, phone, email. I do offer limited in-person readings here in Mount Barker, depending on what is going on. I'm running or hosting a psychic fair, SA Psychic and Wellness Fair at Piccadilly Cinemas on the 5th of August. So that is in North Adelaide. And we're going to have probably, I think there's about 30 odd stalls that's going to be there for that Saturday. So that'll be from 10 to 4 p.m. As I set in North Adelaide, O'Connell Street, if you don't know it. It's a beautiful old cinema that has just been newly renovated with a gin bar and different stuff as well. So do come along and check out the stalls and the beautiful surroundings of that as well. August the 25th, I'm running a paranormal well, I should say history and paranormal investigation night at Auchendoric House with the Wallace family from Wallace Cinemas. This one that I am proud to say has sold out, and I think it sold out in about 3 days of listing tickets live. We will have another one of those, I think it's the 13th, Friday the 13th of October in Auchendoric. The end of, September is Piccadilly. I'm not sure exactly the date off the top of my head, which Friday night that will be. So every month we'll do one at Auchendoric House here in Mount Barker. The next month will be Piccadilly, and then we'll just keep rotating it. So every second month will be that building there as well. So if you want to get along, do check out my Facebook page. There is a photo of an old room looking out at a window, looking out through the old bay window. There is a link there, but that I'm pretty sure that will be the link that will give you the tickets for Piccadilly when they come online shortly. And then obviously after the end of August, we will have the October links for Auchendoric up as well with that. Okay. At this stage, also, I think it's the 10th of September, we are doing a workshop. Deb and I will be teaching how to use the cards and connect with your intuition with that. You can go to innersoulguidance.com. Inner Soul Guidance. I'm tired, sorry. Inner Soul Guidance Facebook page. I set up an event page with a payment link there to book yourself in for those as well last night. So that's all there. All right. My calendar is not back at full strength as yet, but I am working towards it. Ros, yeah, the snow is cold. I seen a friend from New South Wales put a picture up of Mount Hotham, I think she said she was at. She lives not far from there anyway. And it looked absolutely beautiful, but very, very cold. Like, hey, Rainen, how are you going, honey? Hey, Terry. It has been a long time no see, honey, and I hope you're doing well. Okay, Jody, you are welcome. Monique, sweet dreams to you too, honey. All right, so we've got a few thank yous coming through as well, so do check them out. Devastating on Speak Light. The next one, Nat, the second one. Yeah, so if we get any cancellations, honey, I'll let you know, but yeah, keep me in mind for October, okay? Is it true you can't buy your own cards? No, I've always bought mine, honey. They do say let other people choose them, but I actually feel like it needs to be your energy that connects with your deck of cards, because you need to resonate with them. Okay, I did have somebody bought me a deck, and I've never used them. I think they all love cards or something. I can't even see them there. They're probably in the bottom of the cupboard because I just didn't resonate with them. All right. So, yeah, I say no to that. It's not true. Okay. Roz has been lovely and put the links up there as well. Murray Bridge Show. We will be at Murray Bridge Show. Is that 21st and 22nd, I think, of September as well. All right, Carrie-Anne, you are very welcome. All right. Okay, then. I will leave you with that. Much love. I have gone over time as normal. Take care. Remember to nurture you. Choose you this week, okay? And the more we sit in that energy, the more we also find ourselves giving gratitude for everything else that happens, the more we were going to attract that energy that we really want as well. And Roz says that she buys her own cards too. Thanks, Roz. And thanks for monitoring in the background there, honey, as well. All right. Much love to everybody. Take care. Nurture you. Choose you. Give gratitude and just be you. All right. Much love. Bye for now.